How's it going, boys, girls, and squirrels, and welcome to possibly the two best episodes of Avatar: The Last Airbender, Zuko Alone and The Chase. Zuko Alone is actually so good that I've already made a video going over just how much of a masterpiece this episode is. I was going to recommend that you guys check that video out after or before watching this, just to get a full, clear, well-rounded idea of my thoughts on this episode. Then I opened that video up and realized it was probably the ugliest I've ever looked in my entire career of being on the internet. What is going on in that video? My hair is wet, it looks like a bunch of vines fighting for supremacy on top of my head. One eyebrow is considerably smaller than the other one, and I'm wearing a shirt that says Slim Shady University, guess who's back? I remember when I first uploaded that video, it wasn't really doing well views-wise, and I was like, man, what's going on? This is like one of the best videos I've ever put out. And I now realize it's because I was so visibly repellent that anyone who clicked on the video must have clicked away the second they saw my face. You know what? This episode is about nothing if not second chances. So here's what I'm gonna do.
Eminem, 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 Eminem. Eminem, 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 Eminem.
Never mind, I lost my Slim Shady shirt. I was gonna put the shirt back on, it was gonna be like, you know, like a take two of that video, whatever. I guess now all we're doing is watching the episodes. Man, that was a bummer. It really took the wind out of my sails. Guess who's back? Not that shirt. Anyway, let's get into it. I like how Zuko immediately went from living lavish in a cave full of stolen goods with Iroh to being all skin and bones looking like samurai crack. I just love how Zuko was like, I have to find my own path, uncle. And then seemingly proceeded to never find a bite to eat again. What are you doing, Zuko? A pregnant woman is much easier to rob than a regular one. That woman's basically out of commission. Now all you gotta do is kill her stupid husband and that tasty, delectable treat is all yours. Like, how embarrassing would it be if Zuko fucking died the second he left Iroh? I get that that's the point though, right? Like, a super important part of his redemption arc is finding out that he's almost entirely incapable of doing anything on his own. I also like how his big, like, bird horse is also seemingly inches away from death. The combination of, like, the color palette being really sickeningly hot and blown out, and Zuko's horse moving at this, like, just terribly slow, rhythmic pace really sells just how exhausted he is.
Could I get some water, a bag of feed, and something hot to eat?
Not enough here for a hot meal. I can get you 2 bags of feed.
I like how Zuko shambles up to this guy, looking like a skeleton wearing a pillowcase, and goes, can I get some horse food and all the necessities for living? And the guy goes, best I can do is double horse food. How about no bags of feed and some water? You know, something to keep the guy paying you alive? Why did the mood shift after they hit the soldier? Like, what did they think was gonna happen? Oh shit, dude, he hated it. What the fuck? I thought you said he'd be into it. I don't know, I thought he liked eggs. Come on, let's get out of here.
Trust me. Those soldiers are supposed to protect us from the Fire Nation, but they're just a bunch of thugs.
These soldiers are unironically my favorite part of this episode, because I feel like these soldiers are one of the most mature aspects of this series. It would be so easy for this show to treat every Fire Nation soldier as a bad guy and every Earth Kingdom soldier as a good guy. That's just not an honest depiction of how war works. I like that these soldiers are just on a power trip harassing these villagers, because it kind of teaches kids that just being on, like, the right side of the war isn't enough. Like, you also have to be a good person. It does a lot to make the world feel varied and alive, and show kids that there are good and bad people within every army.
This guy just stood up to the soldiers. By the end, he practically had them running away.
Does this guy have a name?
Look at this pig chicken in the background staring at Zuko like, I don't know, I'm not liking the looks of this guy. What do you think pig chicken tastes like? Because it's gotta be delicious, right?
Supper's going to be ready soon. Would you like to stay?
I can't. I should be moving on.
Zuko, you're like 6 steps away from starving to death right now. And I don't mean like 6 bullet points away. I mean like 6 footsteps. Take the meal. Why is nobody stopping him? Why has nobody told Zuko to stop breaking all their nails against a single shingle?
So how'd you get that scar?
It's not nice to bother people about things they might not want to talk about. A man's past is his business.
This dude's definitely got a hard-on for Zuko's Ronin situation. Lee, stop bothering this man. He's clearly super cool and mysterious, and I don't want you ruining that for... I mean upsetting him. Like, only in fiction and feudal China could you have a complete stranger come to your house, hang out around your children, and be like, nope, I don't want to know your name, background, or nothing. Feel free to eat all the food in my house.
Hey Mom, wanna see how Azula feeds turtle ducks?
Zuko, why would you do that?
This is like one of the best moments in the entire episode. That moment is so realistic and such a good depiction of a child living in an abusive household. Like, I like that Zuko wasn't even trying to be mean. He was just trying to connect with his mom with a joke he thought she would relate to. Like, he didn't even consider that that joke would harm the turtle ducks, you know? All he was thinking about was getting a laugh from his mom. But then when his mom was not at all into the joke, he immediately regrets it and understands how his actions caused harm. But even so, this moment does give Zuko that connection to his mother he was looking for, but in a less obvious way, and one that he probably doesn't understand. Because he was behaving like Azula because he sees all of his family members, like, showering Azula with praise for being cruel. But when his mom doesn't respond that way, it teaches him that Azula's behavior isn't something that she condones, and so it encourages him not to be like her.
Zuko, play with us. We need equal teams to play a game.
I am not cartwheeling.
You won't have to. Cartwheeling's not a game. Dum-dum.
Well, maybe cartwheeling's an integral aspect of your game, bitch!
Now what you do is, try to knock the apple off the other person's head. Like this.
Be kind of cool if this was how Zuko got his scar. Sort of like the Mountain and the Hound from Game of Thrones. Like, it was just some fucked up childhood accident that Azula never, like, apologizes for.
I hope you all may see it someday. If we don't burn it to the ground first.
Oh, Iroh. It's a good thing we know you're cute now. What a weird little peek into Iroh's life of fighting on the wrong side of history.
A pearl dagger from the general who surrendered when we broke through the outer wall. Note the inscription and the superior craftsmanship.
Never give up without a fight.
Okay, but how meaningful is that inscription, considering the guy you took it from gave up? Everyone's always like, oh, that's Zuko's special knife. He loves that knife. Did you know that's the knife he used to cut his ponytail off? It's not like Iroh made him that knife or had it made for him. It's just some knife he took from a guy who surrendered, ambiguously with or without a fight. I just think a lot of people miss the intentional irony behind this knife. I feel like the point of the knife isn't that it's this cute little gift that shows how much Zuko and Iroh love each other. The point is that it's a weapon that was taken from a respected war general and given to an entitled brat who didn't earn it.
Kingdom girls.
If Uncle doesn't make it back from war, then Dad would be next in line to be Fire Lord, wouldn't he?
Azula, we don't speak that way.
Ugh, imagine how much better things would have gone if Iroh was the Fire Lord. Although, let's be real, he probably would have been assassinated by his own family like a month into his rule. Yo, this kid sucks. First he almost gets Zuko murdered by soldiers, and now he's stealing his shit.
You boys hear what the Fire Nation did with their last group of Earth Kingdom prisoners?
Dressed them up in Fire Nation uniforms and put them on the front line unarmed.
Zuko's just in the back like, fuck, we do that. Yeah, no, we do that a lot. It's pretty funny.
Iroh has lost his son.
Wow, immediate tears. How did you absorb the message that fast? What was it, a photo of Iroh's son with the word dead written over it?
What's gonna happen to my brother?
I'm going to the front. I'm going to find Sensu and bring him back.
This is such an irrational plan. You're gonna enlist in the Earth Kingdom army, go to the front lines, try and find your son dressed in firebender armor, and then bring him back, all somehow without either of you being killed. You know how hard it would be to find a specific person on the enemy side during a war?
I want you to have this. Read the inscription.
Made in Earth Kingdom.
The other one.
Never give up without a fight.
See, this is what I mean. Zuko wasn't meant to have the knife, and so he returns it to the Earth Kingdom where it belongs.
You waste all your time playing with knives. You're not even good.
Put an apple on your head and we'll find out how good I am.
Say it again, bitch! You wanna get cut? I like how Zuko's self-esteem is so low that even when he's play fighting, he loses.
Has requested an audience with Fire Lord Azulan. Best clothes, hurry up.
Fire Lord Azulan. Can't you just call him Grandfather? He's not exactly the powerful Fire Lord he used to be.
Man, Azula's really tapped into the current political climate of the country, huh? I like child Azula walking around spouting treason like she's trying to get her own late-night political talk show.
Their defenses burn to a crisp in minutes.
Correct, my dear. Now, would you show Grandfather the new moves you demonstrated to me?
Very good analysis of strategic warfare, my child. Now, do a little dance for Grandpa. You know how he just so loves it when you do a little dance for him. What have you been learning? How to put me to sleep? Your dance sucks butt, Zuko. That fire looked like it came out by accident.
Prince Ozai, why are you wasting my time with this pump? Just tell me what you want. Everyone else go.
I don't want to have to watch your dumb kids dance every time you ask me for money. Believe it or not, watching your son embarrass himself makes me less inclined to be nice to you.
And who knows when he will return home? But I am here, Father, and my children are alive.
Imagine pitching this to your father. Like, you gotta be able to read a room pretty well to pitch usurping your brother to your father like this.
You dare suggest I betray Iroh, my firstborn, directly after the demise of his only beloved son?
Way to read a room, Ozai. It's interesting to see Azulan love Iroh. You know what I mean? It's weird to see the cruel and merciless Azulan, like, put the goofy, lovable Iroh ahead of Azula. I mean, not Azula. God, their fucking names. Ahead of Ozai.
But I heard everything. Grandfather said Dad's punishment should fit his crime. You must know the pain of losing a firstborn son by sacrificing your own.
I know this wasn't a factor, but do you think Azulan would have made Ozai kill Zuko if his little dance wasn't so shitty? Like, I wonder if Azulan was actually like, you must know the pain of sacrificing the worst dancer among your children. The talent show will be this Wednesday.
Azula always lies. Azula always lies.
Azula always lies.
What's up, Zuko? You going through some trauma there? Why was he saying it as an adult?
The thugs from town came back as soon as Gonsu left. When they ordered us to give them food, Lee pulled a knife on them. I don't even know where he got a knife.
Zuko's just like, me neither. And you know what they say about kids with knives? They're liars. That was the ballsiest move I've ever seen. Imagine being like, instead of dodging this spear, I'm gonna kick it. Preferably hard enough that it breaks. Because if it doesn't, best case scenario, now it's gonna stab me in the face instead of the stomach. I fucking love Johnny Two Hammers over here. First off, dual hammers are a weapon that you, like, never see represented in media. Second, I love that his weapon, like, actually complements earthbending. Like, that's super cool. I guess his swords kind of accentuate firebending also. And it's also cool that bending with them, like, heats up the swords. Like, that's a cool addition.
My name is Zuko, son of Ursa and Fire Lord Ozai, Prince of the Fire Nation and heir to the throne.
Looks like Zuko inherited his room reading skills from his father.
Mom? Mom! Mom!
I always thought that the implication was that Azula killed Azulon. And honestly, I refuse to alter my headcanon. The scene opens with Azula playing with Zuko's stolen knife, and then she breaks the news to him that their grandfather is dead. Like, how else am I supposed to interpret that? And that's like a way, way, way cooler explanation of how he died than the actual one. Brief episode transition. If you like what you're seeing here and you want to get more content not found anywhere else, make sure you consider subscribing to my Patreon, where you'll get access to tons of bonus content, including an exclusive reaction video each month, access to my own private Discord server, and access to all the live stream recordings I've done in the past and will do in the future. On top of that, you also just help out the page a ton and ensure that I'm able to keep putting out as much content as humanly possible. If all that sounds cool to you, make sure you check out my Patreon in the description below. And now, on to the next one.
Hey, you guys picked a great campsite. The grass is so soft.
Ugh, I don't like seeing her toes drink in Appa's fur.
Stop! Appa, stop!
Stop what, existing? The man sneezed, Katara. It's hardly a war crime.
Even Momo does his fair share.
Katara, I'm fine. I can carry my own weight. I don't need a fire. I've already collected my own food. And look.
To be fair, if Toph is being self-sufficient, then really there's no problem here. Like, if Toph being here created one more tent to set up that she wasn't setting up, then that would be fucked. But Toph being here is the workload equivalent of Toph not being here. Like, the workload didn't increase. So really, Katara's just upset that the workload hasn't decreased. This does mean, though, that Toph can't have access to the amenities. Like, Toph can't refuse to set up the fire pit one night and then be roasting her little piggies against it another.
What is that thing?
What an evil machine. What an insanely violent-looking truck. Here's a little tip to any soldiers watching this video right now. If your army is using vehicles that look like they belong in Mad Max, you're on the bad side. If the trucks you're driving look like something Sauron would wear, you're the bad guys.
What? Look here, Sugar Queen. I gave up everything I had so that I could teach Aang earthbending. So don't you talk to me about being selfish.
Okay, but to be fair to Katara, who does Toph think she is? Oh yeah, no, keep sassing us. You're welcome, by the way, for rescuing you from your emotionally abusive parents.
Okay. You both need to calm down.
Both? I'm completely calm!
And you're gonna have to master talking to women before you master any of the elements. Saying calm down to a girl in a rage is what we in the biz call a forbidden technique.
The stars sure are beautiful tonight. Too bad you can't see them, Toph.
Gotta love the unprovoked blind insult.
See them, Toph.
Oh, gotta love the provoked murder. That move looked like it should have paralyzed Katara.
That thing is back.
Well, how far away is it? Maybe we can close our eyes just for a few minutes?
I don't think so, Sokka.
I love this episode's concept. Like, something just constantly hunting them and preventing them from sleeping is such an exciting way to convey the Fire Nation's aggression. And it's so smart of them to use this concept in the episode immediately after they got a new member to the team, because it really just, like, winds up the tension of the crew.
Come on, guys. There's something after us, and we don't even know what or who it is.
It could be Zuko. We haven't seen him since the North Pole.
Katara, that was not an invitation to start a conversation. It was an attempt to shut you up. The worst thing in the world is when you're trying to sleep and you say something that you think ends the conversation, and then you just feel the person next to you roll over. Because you know the second that person rolls over and props himself up on their elbow, you got at least an hour's worth of chatting left in them.
Who's Zuko?
Oh, just some angry freak with a ponytail who's tracked us all over the world.
It's funny that they think Zuko still has a ponytail. I mean, it makes sense, but it's good continuity that they obviously wouldn't know he's changed his hairstyle.
Let's get out of here.
Maybe we should face them, find out who they are.
True, I feel like you guys are undervaluing just how much your team has improved since getting an earthbender on it. All Toph has to do is toss that tank off this mountain, and all of their problems would be solved. I like how Toph's just like, did my rocks just fucking explode? Oh, nice going, Aang. You crashed Appa.
The plan right now is to follow Appa's lead and get some sleep.
Of course, we could have gotten some sleep earlier if Toph didn't have such issues.
Holy shit, Katara, do not start. I was on your side at first, but Appa's engine just failed mid-flight. I feel like we should put this away for now.
No, she's not blaming you.
No, I'm blaming her.
Hey, I never asked you for diddly doodah.
Why is Toph written like a retired Confederate soldier sometimes?
Besides, if there's anyone to blame, it's Shetty over here.
What? You're blaming Appa?
Toph, you don't even know how badly you're about to fuck up right now. You're gonna drag Appa into this right in front of Aang? What are you, suicidal?
If there's anyone to blame, it's you. You're always talking about how you carry your own weight, but you're not. He is. Appa's carrying your weight. He never had a problem flying when it was just the three of us.
Spoilers for the rest of this series, but the only reason Aang doesn't kill Ozai is truly because Ozai never got the chance to harm Appa. That's why the writers don't let Aang bring Appa to that fight, because if Ozai laid a finger on him, you know Aang would just be out bursting lungs.
That really hurt my tailbone.
Toph, seriously, you're gonna fucking cripple somebody doing that. You can't keep shooting rocks directly at people's spines like that. Poor Iroh's just wandering around the woods, and then all of a sudden he's like, I can't feel my legs! I can't feel my legs! Why did this happen?
Bundles. Or bunches? It's got an sound.
Clumps?
Clumps! They're clumps!
What a fucking delight it would be to live inside Ty Lee's head. If I had the chance to live inside of Ty Lee's brain for like an hour, I would probably kill myself the second I got back to mine. She almost just broke down into tears of joy after learning that the word clumps exists. Imagine going back to your own shitty little existence after that.
We made it! We're safe!
Nice, let's go. There's no way those lizards can swim. Oh, fuck! It's funny how Ty Lee's chi blocking just stopped Katara's bending, but like turned off Sokka's bones. Like Katara was still able to move her limbs around when Ty Lee did this to her. It's like if it can't stop you from bending elements, it stops you from bending your joints.
I thought when Ty Lee and I finally caught you guys, it would be more exciting. Oh well, victory is boring.
You know, this war would have been won a lot sooner if Aang just taught Appa how to eat people. Like, imagine if Appa came in and just grabbed Ty Lee and shook her like he was a crocodile.
Who are you and what do you want?
You mean you haven't guessed? You don't see the family resemblance? Here's a hint. I must find the Avatar to restore my honor.
Admiral Zhao? Lady, please, I'm very tired.
I know what you're thinking. I look like I can't handle being by myself.
I wasn't thinking that.
I love Iroh being good with children. I would watch a whole season's worth of Iroh and Toph adventures.
There is nothing wrong with letting people who love you help you. Not that I love you. I just met you.
Though Iroh could be a little better with children.
Not that I love you. I just met you.
So, where is your nephew?
Oh, thank God you found that funny.
Oh, and about your nephew? Maybe you should tell him that you need him, too.
Oh, I'm sorry, Iroh. Do you not like getting unsolicited advice? Pretty fucking ironic. That'd be like Santa getting pissed off if you gave him a present. This is a hype moment, but there's also like a lot of funny shit going on here. First off, I like that Sokka throws his boomerang into the mix, which just like bounces off harmlessly. Like, nice buddy, way to chip in. Second, I like how Toph is just throwing an endless stream of soft dirt at Azula for the sake of this shot. It's like once Iroh gets blasted, all strategy's thrown out the window. And that is episodes 7 and 6 of Book 2 of Avatar: The Last Airbender. Like I said, probably actually my two favorite episodes. Like, and they're back to back. Maybe, I don't know, the chase may just feel super good because it's right after Zuko Alone. Zuko Alone is an undisputed 10 out of 10. It's crazy mature, it's crazy dark. I love that it ends bittersweet, or not even sweet, really, like just bitter. I love that the kid hates Zuko at the end of it. I love that the whole episode is just a reminder that from birth to literally that day, Zuko is punished for every action he commits. I joked about, like, my Zuko alone video hopefully holds up. I am unlovably ugly in that video. But I do encourage you to go check it out just for the sake of, like, I don't want to repeat all the information that's in there here. But basically, yeah, Zuko alone is just a great, like an integral part of his redemption, because it really shows not only why he doesn't end up like Azula, and also why he is the way he is. And the chase is just a great concept. Like, I love the idea of, like, they can't sleep. That's it. That's all it is, but I really like that idea because it adds to the fact that they're in this war and that it's, like, desperate and horrible and not fun. And also you throw Toph into the mix, which is a new member who even if she was, like, even if they got Ty Lee or Suki, like a lovable, easy to get along with person, I think the fact that they're new and under the circumstances of being chased, I think it would cause tension, which is, like, the point, and it's a cool point. And then this, like, showdown at the end is great. The part with Toph and Iroh is great. There's a lot of really good, iconic moments. But yeah, Zuko alone, 10 out of 10. But as always, let me know what you guys thought of this video in the comments below. Let me know what your favorite jokes from the video were, and let me know what your favorite episode of this season is. And I will see you guys next time.
Hold on to me, baby. Won't you come a little closer? Where I live for now. I wrote down what you said to me, baby, but give it